Anytime you step ahead, they lose. I told you. Don't say I didn't tell you.
You are now watching the Villa Mixtape Tour!
Most people don't chase their dreams because they're scared of failure. They're scared to start because they're scared they may give up. Nobody wants to put in hours of work and spend thousands of dollars only to fold.
Knock a hole in the paint. What you thinking?
Nobody wants to drive 5 hours to New York with nothing guaranteed. So it's easier to just watch others chase their dreams instead. What the problem is, it still hurts. The pain of regret stings just as much as the pain of trying. We've lost track of how many times we've been to New York now. The trips feel easier, but more importantly, we've made a lot of progress. We've developed a reputation in New York, and they've been showing us a lot of love. But the mixtape tour isn't our first time in New York. We made a trip in the summer of 2025 to film Anthony Brown Jr. at a Nike event called New York vs. New York. There we got exposed to New York City basketball culture, seeing how it brought so many people together. We ended up making a great product that was well received, but we couldn't have done it without betting on ourselves. A car rental costs money. A hotel costs money. Food costs money. But we wouldn't consider any of that a loss. That was just a price to pay for more success, a price most aren't willing to pay. So here we are again, on our way to New York City to film Eagle Brooklyn vs. Eagle Bronx.
Driving through the city, man, seeing all these cars snowed in, it's crazy. I mean, it makes me worried about whether we'll find parking. All right, man, we just made it to Brooklyn, New York. We're right outside of Eagle Academy, Brooklyn. We got like 2 hours or so before we're gonna interview Coach Kevin Hamilton and a couple of his players. Until then, man, long drive, probably gonna take a little nap until then. What's up, man? How you doing? You go to Eagle?
Yeah.
You going to the game?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you there.
I do.
Say what's up to the community.
Is he getting a documentary?
Yeah. Did you see our last one?
Good luck, Coach.
Lee Robinson, class of 2028. I'm originally from Nebraska. This is my first year in New York. I came to Eagle Academy because I feel like it was a better opportunity, better basketball play in the state, in the city. It just had to be the next step for my basketball career. Being from Nebraska, coming down to New York and playing, I knew I was gonna have a chip on my shoulder. Knew I was gonna have to prove to people who I was. And I feel like in City Is Mine, it was definitely a tournament where I held my own. Show people who I was and what we do in Nebraska.
Eagle Fest is a competition between Eagle Bronx and Eagle Brooklyn. I think this is our 5th year doing it. It's always, it's like a sibling rivalry. A lot of people are excited about it. It brings the city out, and this year in particular, we're 2 of the top teams in the city, so it's a lot of excitement around it, and it's a great test for both teams going into the playoffs.
I just had a bacon, egg, and cheese, man. But anyway, Eagle Brooklyn is winning tonight. I definitely think that. Hey, man, my fault, y'all. I just got a 10-piece from McDonald's for me. Everything just go smooth. All we gotta do is just stay like that mentally. I already know Eagle Brooklyn show out every time we get in. I said lead, 20, dodge, 30, hit my head, 2. It's alright though. That's our secret weapon. Our secret weapon. We just gonna get them belts. We don't care about Denim. We don't care about none of them on the other team, though. They tried. All tried.
Yeah, they always ask me how much points. I just tell them 2. They see me in the hallway, 2 points.
My name is Chase. I'm a cameraman. I've been doing it for 5 minutes.
My name is Demetrius Watson, and I sweep the floors for every game. And it's important because if the floor is slippery, the players might get hurt and then they can't play no more.
My name is Jaden Howard. We're here with the Villa Mixtape Tour.
My fault.
That was my mom. That was my mom.
We're gonna be tough. We're not gonna be punk or anything like that. But we gotta do it in a mental state. I'm letting you guys play hard. This ain't no time to be nice today. You understand? I want you to be aggressive, but at the same time, don't pick up no tech and be smart about everything you say and everything you do.
The main 2 things. Don't let the crowd dictate our game. They're gonna be on the court, doing all that, making you want to go one-on-one. Stay to the game plan. That's important. The last thing is staying together. We stay together. Nobody's here to see us win, even if they from our school. It's up to say, but us right here, this is who we got. So we stay together, beat these and leave, and we laugh later.
And we know how hard we prepared for this. Let's go.
Let's win this. Get on 3, feel me on 6, 1, 2, 3.
That's what pressure does for it. That's what pressure does. It reveals who you really are. It reveals your preparation. It reveals how hard you've been working. My coach used to do this analogy. He was like, yo, if you find $100 on the floor and someone comes up to you with a knife and tries to stick you up, you're gonna give it up. You're like, yo, I just found this on the floor. But if you worked in a steel mill from 6 a.m. to midnight and you got sweat on your face and you stink and black stuff all over your hands and they give you $100 for your day's work, you'll be a little less likely to give that $100 up. You understand what I'm saying? Because how hard you worked for it. You gotta ask yourself, because they come here, they're trying to stick us up. They come in this our house and trying to stick us up. They're trying to take our money. You gotta make a decision about how much this means to you, how invested you are in this, and whether this is something you're gonna give up to them. You know, it's pressure. The lights are on, cameras are on, everybody's watching. That's good. That means we at where we're supposed to be. Let's get it done.
Eagle 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. Eagle. 5, 6.
Control. We're losing complete composure. I told you that they are going to pressure, and we have to be tough enough to still get into our sets. We haven't won one play. You guys aren't being tough. We're not able to get you the spots that you meant to get it, and we're not settled as guards. We got to get into an offense. Transition. Change up the defense, we're always in man, all right? Because y'all not reacting quick enough. Matt, you got to relax, man. They run ahead of that, just relax. Keep running the plays.
But we can't get into our sets because we're too emotional. Point guards cannot be emotional. They can't be emotional. Impressing somebody in the crowd right now does nothing. You're impressing people that can't do nothing for you. They can't do nothing for you. And the shots that you think are booms that'll get the crowds, and when they miss, they lead to fast break layups. That's the only way they can score. This game is actually a lot simpler than we're making it right now. You just have to calm down. Get out of your emotions now and be a leader. You got it? Let's go.
They are coming out in the second half with an entirely different game plan. I'm telling you that right now. That shit that they thought they were going to be able to do is not working. This is what preparation do. We cannot leave anything on the table. We can't leave anything on the table. We all know what this means. We all know what this means. I don't need no sourpuss faces on the bench too. I need to look at you on the bench and I need to be encouraged. Y'all gotta pick me up.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Sir.
You don't want to look back and say, damn, my fault, blah, blah, blah. No excuses. No excuses. Do we understand that? Let's go. Second half.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a big possession. We get a stop and end up like 13. It's a whole different game. That's why I'm telling you to talk. No more resistance from me. You need to listen to me. Do you hear me?
Hard fought, brother against brother, 1 and 2 in the city. That's where it's supposed to be. Eagle Network, we're real brotherhood.
My man Jay Hound, I told him go home, beat the traffic. They didn't want to. Hold on, we the Eagle Academy.
You are now watching the Villa Mixtape
I'm happy we won the game, and I'm proud of y'all, right? Because we gritted it out and we proved that we were a better team in the second half and we took care of business. But I want, like, we could dominate. We could dominate if we trusted each other, if we trusted the system, if we trusted being in the right places, being in the right time. Forget that we won this game, right? Because we'll probably see them again and we're going to see tough teams in the future. But, like, I want us to be the best version of us. And we weren't the best version of us today. We can't depend on Lee hitting, making people fall step back threes. Just like we can't depend on when you had 30. You can't depend on. We've always found ways to pull out games. But regardless of how things are going for us offensively, we can always win a game if we're locked in on the defensive end. So we don't need to gamble. You understand? We have to trust each other enough that we're good enough to just do the right thing, that you could depend on your teammate to be in the right spots. And if you do your job, we're going to get the stop. And then offense will be a lot easier for us because we're getting transition baskets. So that's a good win. That's a good win. And it's a statement. But we're not at our potential yet. So let's keep working. Practice tomorrow.
Practice tomorrow, fellas. Eagle on 3, Femi on 6, fellas.
1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6.
What you thinking about, bro?
For me, I'm thinking about, you feel me? I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get home. My guys that got the job done, so I can go home, sit back, relax, and chill just like this. I'm supposed to be on the floor. If I fall,
Shout out to everyone who helped support Del Villa by purchasing a Del Villa Mixtape Tour hoodie. We appreciate y'all. And if y'all didn't get one, too bad. We're back in New York City 72 hours later to film the rematch between Eagle BK and Thomas Jefferson campus. The last time we were here for that game, media got kicked out. So we didn't get to film the whole thing. Hopefully this time we get to do so. Man, it is actually extremely cold here in New York City. It was cold down in Virginia, but it's a different type of freezing up here.
The PSAL made a decision to limit the amount of spectators that we were able to have today. I guess due to what happened the last time that we played, they wanted to take some safety precautions. From my understanding, it was only parents, staff, and honor roll students and media. So we didn't, necessarily have the type of crowd we would have had for a game like this. But, at this point in the season, we just wanted to make sure we get the game over with. I'm glad, all the other stuff is behind us and we can just focus on finishing out the season now.
We could tell how upset Coach Hamilton was about not having the usual crowd of supporters at their game. After all, a gym full of fans is what high school basketball is all about. But despite the restrictions, Eagle Brooklyn showed it didn't matter. They ended the game with 3 letters, BTA.
They don't got none. Rich trash. They never left. Rich went there for no reason. Rich wanted to glaze down and scoreboard. They trash.
Although Eagle Brooklyn controlled the tempo from start to finish, their former brother Rich Jackson made his presence felt. We produced a rack of Mixtape Tour hoodies to promote our campaign, and it felt like it only made sense to gift the boys at Eagle Brooklyn as a way to thank them for their endless support.
Let me put it in here.
New York has always symbolized opportunity and new beginnings, so it was crucial to add it to our tour, to show people back home what it looks like to chase your dreams, but also to give something special to a new crowd. And while this year's run is nearing its end, something tells us this won't be our last time in the concrete jungle.
I told you, don't say I didn't tell you. Anytime